What about making time for yourself? What have I done to deserve watching a friend waste away? And what about waking up, feeling good, acting like you're immortal? What about having a moment to lose? And what about having a place in the world? What about Adam McCarthy?
Man, God, that's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That sounds like somebody you know.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Beautiful. We're going to go over onto the couch here. Why don't you unstrap and come on over. And come over with this beautiful young lady here. Very nice, man. That is beautiful. Who are some of your musical influences, man? Because I hear some stuff there.
Well, pretty broad range. I think for the early influences were like the Beatles, the Stones, and the Who, Costello, the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, that's kind of wide.
Broad range, yeah.
Yeah, your voice is wonderful. You ever take voice training, or is that just a natural thing?
Just singing 250 shows a year, you kind of either learn how to sing properly. It's kind of like what you're saying about foundation. It's like you get the foundation there because you kind of can't last without it.
Yeah, definitely.
You sing, Carrie?
No.
No?
Just same things with exercises that you were saying apply to the vocal stuff, certainly.
Well, you sound wonderful, man.
Well, thanks.
I think you're going to be okay. I think you're going to do well. Really, I'm serious. I mean, because I'm a quasi-musician myself, and there's something special about the way you sing, man.
Well, thank you.
Everybody was captivated in the studio here.
Voice.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Now, question.
Yes.
When you sing with the group, are you the primary vocalist? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, who else is in the group? You want to name the guys in
Definitely. Our drummer's a guy named Terry Wathen's been with the band since the beginning. Bass player Pickles Pekarsky. How can you not love a guy named
Pickles Pekarsky?
Pickles Pekarsky. Okay. And he's a gourmet chef.
Is he really? No.
Which is very nice. He is. It's great on the road.
Pickles.
He's amazing. And our guitar player is a guy named Steve Gerlach.
Okay.
Who's a great singer, great guitar player, and it's a real joy to have in the band. He's the newest member of the band.
That's a four-piece?
Four-piece. Two guitars, bass drum.
Where, if we want to hear you soon, where would we hear you?
Either check the reader, call Water Dog Records at 312-583. I'm taking a tip off.
Yeah, there you go. Plug them, babe.
Well, they're always really good about helping people if they're interested in the band. 312-583-7499, Water Dog Records. Or we're always in the reader. We tour a lot, but when we play in town, we're always in the reader, so.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody in your family musical? What about your family?
My dad's an engineer, my mom was a ceramist, and my sister's a food technician.
No musicians?
No musicians.
You're the only one?
And my youngest sister's Down syndrome, but she graduated from high school, so.
Wonderful.
It's an amazing success story.
Wonderful, wonderful. You seem like you seem like your background is somehow very balanced. You just got to sing, man. Don't you? It's like, I'm such a nice guy, you know. You do, man, and that's cool. That's very hip. It's very nice sitting here chatting with you. Tell me, looking at his body, looking at mine, there's different frames, and I just happen to notice this. Is there names for the kind of frame he's got as opposed to mine?
Well, just basically endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph.
Undermorph, oh God.
Are the types of body types that you can have. One is that you're more tall and thin, one is more muscular, and one is more fat.
What is he?
I would say probably an ectomorph. He's tall and lean.
And I'm undermorph.
What she's saying is I'm not fat, but don't got a lot of muscles either.
There you go.
So. Not fat, but I'm not in shape, therefore.
He's all of the above. And I'm a, what did you say I was? A metamorpho?
A lot of times people are combinations, so you're probably a combination of ectomorph, which is the same as him. It's like tall and thin.
And the other combination is?
And maybe a mesomorph.
Which is fat and sloppy.
You don't have any muscles, and you get a little too much of the stomach stuff going.
Man. I'm gone, man. I'm gone. How much, when your act, no, really, your act, how strenuous is it? I mean, do you
I work up a good sweat.
I mean, you guys get out and really, do it up?
Definitely.
Because I can see.
And we get to haul the amps, which is the good part of the exercise.
Exactly.
But no, the bad examples put on a real, it's a rock and roll, lot of energy. We have a lot of fun doing it. We just kind of get out there and just go for it and
I
have
bet.
fun.
I
And
bet.
sweat and jump around on stage. And
A jump around. That's somebody else's thing, right? Jump up, and jump down. You never heard that before?
brilliant. You did that so well. I
Thank
felt
you.
I was there in the
Thank
studio.
you. I have a 13-year-old daughter, and she teaches me. That's great. I'm going to show, well, if I can again. This.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We won't show a close-up, but I don't guess. I don't know. I'll let you decide, my lovely producer and director. Yeah, that's Ralph Covert. Eat at Godot's. Where'd you get that name from, man?
It's,
Here, you can look at it.
I can look at it?
Sure.
Samuel Beckett wrote a play in the 50s called Waiting for Godot.
Waiting for Godot, right?
Which was kind of a seminal work of existentialism, which is kind of the philosophy that there's no overriding meaning to life, so you kind of have to make the best of it that you can. If I was to grossly simplify an entire
Please do.
philosophy, that'd be the closest I could come.
We got a half hour, so, you know.
And the plot of the play is that these two guys spend the entire play, Vladimir and Estragon, spend the entire play waiting for this fellow named Godot, and he never shows up. It's called Waiting for Godot.
Right.
I always had this twisted idea that he was running a diner the whole time.
Godot was running it,
Yeah,
because you never see Godot, right?
He never made it because he was too busy frying eggs.
That's wonderful.
That's one of the real advantages in life of being a musician, is you can have these twisted, stupid private jokes that really aren't that funny.
It doesn't really
But
mean
you can put them on a
anything.
record. It's like,
That's right. I got it on an album.
And it's a
Pulling
masterpiece.
boogers. I don't know. That's great. That's nice. Who did your graphics?
a gal named Reese Miracles. She's originally from Vancouver. She's in Chicago now. A wonderful artist.
Oh yeah. Maybe you ought to get our lovely Pat.
Yes, Pat. You had on another show recently.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah.
was very talented.
I'm sure she'd be.
The reason I chose the title also is because the songs on the Eat at Godot's record they're built around a theme of maybe the tension between innocence and decadence, and attempting to find those same kind of meanings in life. And so I was trying to kind of make a funny way to get at it. I subtitled inside an existential barbecue.
Gee, you're deep. You're heavy, man.
I hope not.
If it's not going too far, I want the character in your song, that last song. Now, this was somebody that was close to you, right?
Yeah.
Who was that?
It was a good friend of mine who actually did some graphics for the band, and we'd worked closely with. The band's third album was an album called Cheap Beer Night, and he did the CD work on, did the graphics for the CD book, and had been working that summer on the CD book, and knew he was kind of sick, but wasn't sure how sick he was, and put all his energies into finishing this CD book. And the band went out on the road and came back about 3 weeks later, and he was on his deathbed. He'd gone to the doctor again after.
Really?
And we went away on tour again for 2 weeks and came back, and he was dead. It was just like, boom. And I remember real vividly the scene when I visited him between the two road trips. I came in and I'd seen him 3 weeks before, and he was just full of life and presenting the artwork, and just boom, okay, gotta do this, okay, here we go, what do you think of this, what do you think of this? I came back 3 weeks later, and he was in a hospital bed in the middle of his apartment, and he was smoking and getting high, and
oh boy.
It was kind of shocking that he was doing that, but then I realized he was so close to death at that point that it didn't matter. Boy. It didn't matter what he was doing.
So, and that's kind of what this song
And then the lines in there, there's some lines in there in the song that as I wrote them, I thought, well, that's what really happened, and like in the last verse he goes, do you want to get high?
Yeah.
And here he is on his deathbed, and it's like, well, my bad habits are going to have to die with me because... But it was real sad seeing that sudden shift, and it's, life is so fleeting, it's so important that we capture it while it's here.
I don't mean to interrupt, but we're going to have to run away. We're going to take a break.
Life ends as quickly and suddenly as this show.
Hey, we're time here.
I'm getting way too deep. Let's do more sit-ups.
There you go. Hey, man, you turn up the set here, pal.
I'm trying to get...
Well, actually, I think this is going to be goodbye. Is he going to play us out?
I think we're out.
Well, man, I'm telling you, this has been really cool. You guys are cool, I mean, it's really cool. You got this really, what's his body line again?
Cool.
Ectomorph.
You got this really ectomorph thing happening, you know what I mean? And it was really, really wonderful.
I'm Quasimorph.
Well, I'm out of here. No, really, but thank you guys very much for being here.